In this section, we will look at troubleshooting the air system of the ISB engine. Nearly all engine symptoms concerning the air system are related to low power complaints, black smoke, or both. In this section, we will briefly look at the air system checks performed for either of these complaints. In this section, we will only cover segments of the procedures. Refer to the Troubleshooting and Repair Manual for more detailed procedures. For many of the air system tests that we will discuss, the engine must be operated at rated speed and load, using either a dynamometer or performing a road test. Following the troubleshooting trees will direct you to conduct tests of various components of the air system. One possible source of a low power or black smoke symptom is a restriction in the air cleaner. A filter minder installed at the air cleaner indicates the condition of the filter and whether the restriction is excessive. If a filter minder is not installed, install a manometer in the intake piping and check the vacuum pressure with the engine operating at rated speed. The restriction at the filter cannot exceed 25 inches of water. If a problem is suspected with the air system, a boost pressure check verifies the problem, since most air system problems reduce the boost pressure. Operate the engine at rated speed and load and check the turbocharger boost pressure. Refer to the Troubleshooting and Repair Manual for the correct boost pressure for your engine CPL. A leak test measures how well the charge air cooler retains pressure in the cooler core. This is accomplished by plugging the inlet side of the cooler and pressurizing the core from a regulated air supply connection on the outlet side of the cooler. Refer to the Troubleshooting and Repair Manual for the specific steps and specifications for this procedure. Remove the intake and exhaust piping and inspect the turbocharger for contact with the housing and excessive end play. If the boost pressure is out of range, whether too high or too low, the wastegate may be malfunctioning and should be checked for proper operation. For this check, a specific air pressure is applied to the wastegate actuator and the resulting movement on the wastegate control rod is measured. In some applications, the turbocharger must be removed from the engine in order to conduct the actuator test or to replace the wastegate actuator if necessary. The Troubleshooting and Repair Manual provides the details and specifications for inspecting the wastegate operation. Back pressure in the exhaust system can also cause air system-related problems. The exhaust back pressure specification is typically 3 inches of mercury. However, since this value is application dependent, you should check OEM specifications for your vehicle. To check the pressure drop across the charge air cooler, compare the pressure at the elbow on the turbocharger compressor outlet and the pressure in the intake manifold. The pressure drop at the intake manifold should be no greater than 6 inches of mercury. Confirm the efficiency of the charge air cooler by measuring the difference between ambient air temperature and intake air temperature in the intake manifold. Install a Fluke digital thermometer and thermocouple wire kit into the pipe plug in the intake manifold. Install another thermocouple near the air cleaner inlet to measure ambient air temperature. Perform a road test with the engine at peak horsepower and a vehicle speed of 30 miles per hour or greater. Record the intake manifold temperature and the ambient air temperature. Calculate the differential temperature by subtracting the ambient air temperature from the intake manifold temperature. The maximum differential temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. If the temperature differential is greater than the specifications, check the charge air cooler for dirt and debris on the fins and clean them as necessary. Then check between the charge air cooler and radiator for debris.